Assalamualaikum, Junaid. Welcome to Member Spotlight.
Walaikum salam, Kashif. How are you? Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, of course. Would love to learn more about you and about your journey. So, how did you get to where you are today?
Wow, that's a long story. The name of my company is Albany Park Capital, and I named it after the area on the north side of Chicago where I grew up, called Albany Park. So I spent most of my years there. It was a very interesting journey. I came here from Pakistan in 1975. I was 5 years old. My dad came here as a student. He actually first started in Blaine College in Texas, and then he transferred to Chicago. But while he was getting his degree and stuff, he was doing odd jobs and things like that. So we grew up a very very modest home. We were in apartments all of our lives, pretty much. My parents didn't buy their first home until I was 21, and that I have always had a passion for real estate. I was 19 years old, one of the youngest people in the state of Illinois to get a realtor's license. That was before I even graduated college. And so I went into accounting, graduated college from the Illinois Institute of Technology in accounting. I started off as an engineer. That's why I was at IIT, but didn't like engineering.
Mhm.
So I finished my accounting degree and went to work for Ernst& Young's real estate division. And then from there on, I was just into real estate. So we did audits and taxation and things like that. After which we were in uh, I was working in a money transfer business, money services business, which did money transfer services to Pakistan, India, and a bunch of other places. That was a family business. We grew that from zero. My dad started it to when we wound up dismantling it. It was about $36 million a year. And then, real estate was always my passion. So I got involved in some real estate projects in Chicago while I was there. Then when I moved to Houston,
Mhm.
um, buying and selling single family homes, flipping them. Got involved in some commercial real estate, gas stations, and things like that. Eventually, I got involved in construction, and then from construction, I got into development, and now here we are, where what we do is we do development work for ground up multifamily properties. We're looking at some ground up residential properties like townhouses, built to rent properties, um, as well as capital raising for those projects.
Okay, all right. So, how has your journey been in terms of where you started and with EY, and now you are running this firm? So, how is it like being an entrepreneur?
Well, I love being an entrepreneur. It is when things are set up, and this is not the first company that I was an entrepreneur in. Right after I left EY, I was part of a family business. We
Okay.
started a software company, which I was doing the finance and operations for. It was a software implementation company where we did Siebel CRM implementations. Well, a friend of mine and I started it in Chicago while I was doing the money services business, and we did development in Karachi. We also sold that company, and we had 300 developers when we sold that company to a private equity firm.
Okay.
Um, so entrepreneuring has been in my blood. My grandfather, I mean, I'm of Mimon descent. So my grandfather always said it's better to have your own, chai shop than to work for somebody else. So entrepreneuring is kind of in my blood, and I've been doing it a long time. But it's not easy. It's a lot of work. In the beginning, you have limited capital, and so you're wearing all the different hats. You're doing the marketing, you're doing the management, you're doing uh, the operations, you're doing everything, and then eventually it takes time. It takes time to set it up. It takes time to get enough of momentum that you can hire people. And you really really have to watch every penny. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun, and it's just you have to enjoy that lifestyle. And also, it's very unsecure, right? You don't have a guaranteed paycheck. You don't know, you know, from month to month. You can't budget properly because some months you're making good money and some months you're not. So yeah, it is a very different lifestyle, and it's very it's exciting, but it's also very it could be very scary.
Okay, all right. What do you like most about the work that you do?
I have always been in numbers, so I like even now I like doing the underwriting. I like evaluating the deals myself. I look at all the numbers myself, and we have some financial analysts that do underwriting as well for our deals. But I still do deep dives into the numbers, and at my core, I'm still an accountant, and so I still do that. But building is also when you build something from the ground up and it's completed and you can look at it and say, wow, this is something that wasn't here before and now it's here. It's a
Hmm.
satisfaction.
Okay, all right. Where's your so you're in the multi-family homes right now, like in real
So i
estate?
have i have two companies here in Houston. One is development, sorry, the construction company. So we do have a general contractor construction company, and we're doing some commercial projects. We're doing a very exciting project in Katy, Texas. We're building an ice skating rink. It's a sports complex with an ice skating rink and volleyball courts.
Hmm.
The only one that's going to be there in that area. There's very few in Houston to begin with, right? It's not a big ice skating town. Um, and then we're also doing some townhouses and things like that. But the other company, Albany Park Capital, is going to be focusing on multifamily, ground up multifamily development and build to rent. So basically, we're building a community of 200-300 houses, and the whole community is just going to be a rental community.
Okay, all right. Where do you see your firm in the next 2 to 3 years, or where with in respect to the where the industry is going?
So I follow the economy and the movement of the supply of apartments and houses and the demand for apartments houses very very closely. 3 years is a very short period. We look at more of a 5 year period timeline, mainly
Hmm.
because when we start a construction project like a multifamily, a 300 unit multifamily construction project, which we're about to close on the land next week, inshallah. I hope so. We've been working on that land for a year now, but we're finally coming to the goal line. When you start a construction project like that, 3 years is the time it takes to construct, do the construction, and then start having people move in. By the time it gets stabilized and you're ready to uh, either get the cash flow from it or turn around and flip it, it's a 5 year timeline. So in the 5 year timeline, uh, my business plan is to get two to three projects started this year,
Hmm.
and then build on that and be able to have uh, two to three next year. And so every year that I start two to three projects, it'll be, 3 years before they're completed. So within the next 5 years, we hope to have 4 to 5 multifamily deals either in progress
Hmm.
or completed, and be able to hit my target numbers of $500 million.
Okay, inshallah, definitely. What do you do outside of work? What are your hobbies or interests?
Um, I do. I play racquetball, and I did martial arts for a long, long time. So I still practice my martial arts.
Mhm.
I
Which
have a
discipline of martial arts?
I have a blue belt in MMA and in kung fu.
Okay.
Never got my black belt because we had kids and started a family and just never got finished. But my son actually just got his last year. He got his black belt in taekwondo, so I was happy about that. So I still do my martial arts. I do racquetball. I do basketball. I exercise a lot. I read a lot. I do one audio book every 2 weeks, and I try to do one physical book a month.
Okay.
So I listen, and just I normally read, the Wall Street Journal and Barron's and the Economist, and those are my normal everyday reads.
Mhm.
So yeah, I put a lot of time. Then spend a lot of time with my family.
Okay. So, how do you balance between the demands of running a business and your personal life and taking out the time for yourself?
Um, so my children are older now. My daughter finished college. My son is in his final year of college. He lives on the dorms. I have one more son who's in high school. So they're a little older now, so we don't have it's not that demanding anymore. I do have more time available to myself, but I'm usually up very early. I'm usually up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't. I usually don't go to bed until about 11:30. Lots of coffee, cigars, anything that keeps me up. I'm a big cigar smoker, so I'll smoke my cigars during the day while I'm working my office in the Heights here in Houston. We bought the building, so the upstairs area is cigar friendly.
Okay.
So smoke environment downstairs is not. So yeah, I can light up my cigar and drink my coffee.
All right. Sounds good. And what message would you like to give, or anything else that you would like to share with fellow entrepreneurs?
Um, for fellow entrepreneurs, I'd like to say stick to your dreams, but have a plan. You can't, if you have a vision and no plan, it's just hoping, and hope is not a strategy. So yeah, the stick to your vision, follow your vision, but have a plan and have a concrete plan, and be ready and be flexible. Be ready to be able to change that plan if necessary.
Okay. All right. And your how long is it that you plan to exit from your current company?
Uh, Exit from the current company? No, we're
Or
uh,
you're just
current
planning to
project.
take it to 500 million?
Uh, 5 years.
5 years. Okay.
5 years, inshallah.
All right. Yeah. I wish you all the best. And inshallah, looking forward to seeing more success coming to your path.
Thank you for having me, Kashif. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah. Thank you for being part of AMCOB.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thanks. Good.